Carrie, those are some sweet words. I hope you're ready. It is time for the final tea party of Umineko. Let's enjoy our last tea party, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Goodbye, goodbye. Today is the time for the final hurrah. Now we find out it's a 6-hour-long one. Would be rather unfortunate, but I deal. God, I gotta work on a video for the answer arc too, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do for it, but I do want to do it. Is episode 7 one all over again? Thankfully, it doesn't look like that, at least. Okay. Decades later. It was the largest banquet hall in this huge hotel. Many guests that filled the room chattered and applauded the person receiving an award trophy on top of the stage. The sign in front said, Biggs Publishing Company Award Ceremony. And now, I would like to begin the novel category. The winner is a novel everyone here will be very familiar with. The story that started a worldwide movement. That continues to grow in leaps and bounds, the fantasy adventure novel. Sakutaro's Great Adventure. Am I going to be playing the fighting game tomorrow? No, tomorrow is Limbus Company. We'll figure out what happens. Also, yeah. The projector in front of the audience showed a brief summary of the series. It was a lengthy fantasy adventure novel that was already more than 8 installments long. With the U there, yep. The thrilling fantasy story told of the adventures of Sakutaro, a cowardly Vegeta line who makes friends, learns through his experiences, and grows in the search for the one fragment. She wrote the characters from Maria's notebook. Yeah, oh, my heart wants to fucking burst open, and is like, oh, my heart wants to fucking just be burst open right now. I can't even put it into words. The main character's catchphrase, I'll become the king of the beasts, was even one of the candidates for the best phrase to come into modern slang award. In addition to being a thrill to read, the books also contain many messages for children to learn from, earning high praise as an adventure novel that parents and kids could enjoy reading together. However, it hadn't received praise like this from the beginning. For the first 6 volumes, it went almost entirely unnoticed. By the last year, when foreign translation of the series began, it got its big break and suddenly became a huge topic of conversation. That feels so weird to read. Are you talking? I feel like they're maybe talking about this game. It's bittersweet, the fictional creature that Sayo, Maria, and Angie worked together and finally went beyond the alliance. Yeah, it's really nice. It's sweet. Even before the series, the author had created quite a few works, but none of those had achieved any public acclaim. However, after the sunrise in notoriety, her previous works were being reevaluated one after another. Did you know that Witch Hunters was added to this game in reference to the English translation team? I knew about that too. It's probably fair to say that recognition of her works was very late in coming. Miss Kotobuki, congratulations on your reward. Her Lady Sakatoro and the Witch's Island was truly an excellent read. Publishing company exhibitors repeatedly showered her with praise. Sakatoro's Great Adventure. The JP fanbase were not big fans of episode 8, especially. They resonate too much with the goats. I do think there's a general problem, I will say, for this one. Like, I think there is a general speaking problem of episode 8 blurs the line between what it's trying to say too much. Is it talking about the readers themselves and how they treat the story, or are they talking about how people treat stories like this in real life? It blurs the line a tad too much, which makes it a bit hard to... which makes me a bit more sympathetic to people who resonated with the goats in the episode. The author's name was Kotobuki Yukari. Nearly all the royalties were sent to a fund to support needy children. And she herself served as director at several protective institutions. Some of these people tried to call this fake charity. The more that people learned about her, the more those voices withered and died away. Kotobuki Yukari. By now, that name rang loud and clear across Japan. She sat in a chair, cheerfully chatting with the people who came to greet her. Last year, it was discovered that she had developed a small tumor, and after the surgery, her physical strength had dropped sharply. You understand it? You can understand it? You mean it's one thing to speculate in fanfic about real tragedy, but this is a fictional story. Yeah. Well, you think he was more talking about how they refused to think about the mystery and they just defaulted to being fantasy. There's definitely at least a little bit about that. Because of this, even in the stand-up awards party, she was given a chair and sat down while greeting people. Some people lamented, saying that if only had 20 or more, even 10 years younger, she had left her mark in history as one of the greatest authors in the 21st century. Taking so long for her to receive the praise she deserved. She no longer be called young. Even so, her determination to write had not wavered in the slightest. The story had gone around that, even during her stay in the hospital, most of her time had been spent typing away. She always said the same thing. That she hadn't finished telling everything she needed to tell. Did she mean that she hadn't fully completed Sakatoro's Great Adventure? This is how she answered when this question was asked by journalists. If, by writing even one more book, I can teach just one more child how to find happiness, I will spend the rest of my life to write every book, every page I can. Because I still haven't fully conveyed the precious teachings I've been given. Miss Kotobuki, congratulations on your award! Hear that movie adaptation has been getting splendid reviews as well. What I hear, you set break records of best-selling books of the year. Thank you very much for your kind words. It's more than I deserve. Oh, I forgot to tell you. My name is X, head of Company X's first editorial department. It's an honor to meet you. I hope we have the chance to work together sometime. Actually, Miss Kotobuki, I apologize for being abrupt. Do you happen to know of a mystery writer called Hachijo Toya? Hachijo Toya? What about her? Recall that name for the first time in several decades. Shan't expect to ever hear it again. Oh, so you do know of Hachijo? And so you ever met? No, I haven't. I did go to visit once, but I was an unknown back then. And since I suddenly barged into the publishing office, it's hardly surprising I was refused an interview. Oh, I didn't know that. Could it be that you were a fan of Hachijo's work? Oh, no. I just want to find out what sort of person Hachijo was. I see, I see! Hi, Ark. Oh, the truth is, the novelist, Hachijo Toya would like to meet you discreetly. To meet with me? Yes. It will not be a formal interview or anything, just a personal meeting, off the record. If you're interested, we'd be delighted to make the arrangements. Oh, and of course! This has nothing to do with work. Hachijo Toya wants to meet Kotobuki Yukari. Just like I realized that Itoku Kuro was Hachijo Toya. Did she use my name to figure out my identity? The Rokujima Mystery, which was sometimes called the greatest social phenomenon at the turn of the century. That uproar which dragged in enthusiasts from across the world. It suddenly subsided after an event held by Hachijo Toya, where he was going to unveil Ushiromiya Eva's diary containing the truth. Though she had set up the event herself, she then outrageously disappeared without releasing contents of the diary, drawing harsh criticism for doing so. However, at the same time, this event redirected a very, very natural feeling within the public. All this prying into a terrible accident with many victims only for the sake of curiosity. And so, the frenzy surrounding the Rokujima mystery faded away quietly. Hachijo Toya. No. Itoku Kuro. She caught the public eye as a forger of Rokujima mysteries. He claimed to have reached the truth and released groundbreaking works of fiction one after another. She became famous as the driving force behind the Rokujima mystery. And realizing that Itoku Kuro was Hachijo Toya, I went to her publishing company and asked for an interview, but I didn't get one. At the time, I despised her. Back in the beginning, I thought she might have used the Rokujima mystery as a publicity stunt to advance herself. But now I feel a bit grateful to her. Shan refused to show the diary in such an outrageous way. Rokujima Catbox may still be the plaything of countless goats. She's indeed a forger, a toy with a catbox, and I still have an uneasy feeling about her. However, at the same time, she is the one who, practically speaking, allowed Rokujima to rest in peace. And did she really reach the truth or not? How is it that she reached something that, even from my perspective, was infinitely close to the truth? Even now, all these years later, that's something I'd love to know, if it's possible to find out. What do you think, Miss Kotobuki? Of course, this is not an urgent request. I would so tell you to take your time making your decision if you wished. I understand. Does Hachijo Toya live near the city? So that meeting near here would be satisfactory at any time. I see. In that case, can I ask you to arrange a meeting for us in a quiet coffee shop next Sunday? Yes, as you wish. Thank you very much. Hachijo will be delighted as well. I do have one condition. Yes, whatever you say. I'm not going to discuss business, so please refrain from sending anyone from the editing department. Of course, we will do as you say. Madame Hachijo and I will meet alone, just the two of us. Can I count on you to keep that promise? Well, as to that, would appreciate it if you kept this quiet, but what is it? Oh, the truth is, works of Hachijo Toya are written by two people. The outside world, those books were written by a single female author. There's actually a second author, a man. A pair of them asked for a chance to meet you. As soon as I heard that, I felt a premonition. How had Hachijo Toya, a person with no connection to the Ushimiya family, managed to write about their private circumstances in such detail? I already felt a premonition of a certain kind of miracle. When I left on my journey, I abandoned the name of Ushimiya Anji and stepped into a new life. But now, things had settled down, but back when the Sumidera family was still a threat, I wanted to distance myself from that name. Thanks to that, no one was able to get in touch with the new me anymore. However, this year, Sakato's great adventure had caught the public's eye and made the name of Kotobuki Yukari famous. Maybe that name had finally reached his ears. I used to play with a lion stuffed animal called Sakatoro, along with a Marie One-chan. If those who knew this connected the name Sakatoro with a hint of my own name, it was only natural that they figured out who I really was. The number of people who could recognize me from this was very, very limited. This person was also well versed in tech novels and a man. I could only think of one person who matched. After all, I had learned just how many detective novels he had kept piled up in his room when going through his personal effects. It was almost the time we had arranged for our meeting. My heart was racing, almost like a girl in love for the first time. At precisely the arranged time, I heard the sound of a chime on the door. And they appeared. There was a man sitting on a wheelchair, and a woman pushing him. My eyes immediately fixed on the man in the wheelchair. And right away, I saw the similarity in his face. It was unmistakably my brother. Ushiromiya Battler. When our eyes met, he gave a little bow. I heard my feet and bowed back. It was a somewhat exaggerated and silly way for a pair of siblings to greet each other after several decades apart. The miracle I waited for all these years to become a reality, and mine was now completely blank.
寿ゆかり先生でいらっしゃいますか？
Are you Kotobuki Yukari?
寿ゆかりでございます。
Yes, I am.
先生方が
And you two,
東也先生でいらっしゃいま
and you
す。
two must be Hachijo Toya.
はじめまして先生。
A pleasure to meet you.
今日は貴重な
Thank you for letting us borrow your precious time
あり
today.
がとうございます。
Characters? Boosh.
私は
My name is Hachijo Ikuko.
主に執筆
I am mostly in charge of the actual writing.
こちらは東也。
This is Toya.
主に原案を
He mostly handles the drafting. Also makes more sense than a rando somehow guessing everything from the two message bottles. Yes, though I do have my questions of, Battler, why the fuck wouldn't you go to her once you remembered? I mean, sure, you probably remember like 12 years later, but it does somewhat confuse me. The woman who called herself Ikuko was far older than me. She seemed to be unbelievably youthful. It wasn't because she was good with makeup or dressed like a younger woman. It feels strange to say it. There's a strange mystique about her, as though she was immortal and never aging. Then I could remember that she introduced my brother as Toya.
失礼ながら
Pardon me for asking, but are you two married?
結婚はしておりませんが
We are not married, but we have been together for a long
一緒
time.
におります。
そうですね。
True.
気づけば
Looking back on it, really has been a long
随分
time.
長く一緒にいましたね。
My brother smiled as he spoke. I learned that, at least for him, these long decades hadn't been a period of isolation and loneliness. I felt an incredible sense of peace and relief. I suddenly realized that he was staring into my face, just as I had been staring into his. After all, when he saw me last, I was just 6 years old. It must have been hard for him to find any traces he can recognize. Apparently, the Ushomiyas bald extremely well, or gray out really well. They don't bald, they just gray, apparently. We kept stealing glances at each other and looking away like a couple on a blind date. We were both at an age where outside appearance mattered to us. Even though we both knew we couldn't let our polite exterior falter. This humorous exchange was extremely embarrassing. I thought when fate reunited two people like this, they would hold each other and sob tears of gratitude together. However, it seemed that the reality of it was different. That's fine. Feels like my heart will explode with happiness.
注文を取りましょう。
Let's take our orders.
コーヒーでいいで
Is
すか？
coffee okay?
皆さん何かお好み
What
は？
does everyone want?
私には酸味が強くないの。
I prefer something that isn't so bitter. How about you, Miss Kotobuki?
あ、私は何で
Oh,
も。
I don't mind,
あ、カフェオレを。
I guess I'll have a cafe au lait. How stiff we're being. My brother seemed to be finding it amusing.
さて、
Well then. With that, my brother and I fell silent and sat straight up.
私から？
Should I start the conversation?
それとも、
Would you like to be the one to do it, Toya?
私から話しましょう。
I'll do it.
そのために
I'm the one who pushed so hard for this meeting after all.
お願いしたのですから。
As he spoke, he watched me calmly.
私は今日
I came here today
あなたがある
thinking you might be a certain person.
ここへやってまいりました。彼女の名は
Her name is Ushiromiya Angie.
あなたの作品
When
と
I read your works and heard your name, I was sure that you were her.
私はあなたが後ろ宮エンジェさんに違いないと確信したのです。
はい。
That's right.
その名を名乗ることをやめ、
How long it's been since I last used that name?
本名を
My true name is Ushiromiya Angie. Her abandoning her old identity definitely delayed things. Oh yeah, no, absolutely fucked things up for Battler by quite a bit. Literally, like, in the same time span when he remembers what the fuck happened, and then she also decides to abandon her own name and her entirety of herself, and basically go off the grid. It's like, yeah, Battler's job of finding his sister suddenly got a lot harder at a very inconvenient time. Both had aged, haven't we, Oni-chan? I whispered this in my heart. Now, it was my turn. With a quick apology, I fished around my handbag and took out a photo. It was a picture of a trip I'd taken to an amusement park with Battler Oni-chan. And many other pictures of us having a good time, but this one had the best shot of his face. I looked between him and the photo. There's no longer any room for doubt.
東野先
Miss Toya,
生、あなたの本名は
your true name is
後宮
Ushiromiya Battler-san,
さん。
is it not? The hands of the clock inside me stopped. You could have asked Okanogi though, yeah, and Okanogi being like a red-haired guy is asking out you, Angie would have ran right back over. Yeah. I wanted to answer with a yes. Even though I was already so sure, I was still about to burst with the tension. And then, in that instant that seemed far too long ended, my brother answered.
そうです。
That's right. Unconsciously, I stared at my brother's face. With unbelievable quickness, he acknowledged that he was Ushiromiya Battler. My eyes immediately filled and overflowed with tears. I took out a handkerchief and wiped them away, but I couldn't hold back. Oni-chan was alive after all. So why didn't he come back to me right away? If he had been there during my Targus days, how much it would have meant to me. Normally, the thought would have made me curse my brother, but by now, even that emotion softened. Because now that I was faced with the miracle of being reunited with Oni-chan, everything I felt before now fell away with my tears. At this moment, I was happy. I wasn't alone. That belief had kept me going for decades. And finally, I've been rewarded. And how I couldn't even stop my tears. For some time, I continued to sob and sniffle. Watching this, my brother hung his head apologetically. Why hadn't he come back to me sooner? Why hadn't he come back to me sooner? It looked as though he was showing regret for that question. I was sure you must have had some sort of reason. Probably come here today, tell me about it, and apologize. Already, just by him introducing himself to me today, everything inside me had been washed clean with tears.
すみません。
I'm sorry.
こんな
I must be embarrassing you.
いいえ
No,
無理もないことです
it's only to be expected.
あなたは
It's like decades you've been waiting all alone, believing your family would return.
たった一人で家族の帰りを信じ待たれたでしょうから
信じてましたよ。
I did believe.
帰って
I believed that you would come home.
お兄ちゃん。
Oni-chan. I held out my hands weakly. My brother slowly held out his too. And I gripped his hand. Regardless how many long years had passed, it was without a doubt my brother's hand. Once more I had to struggle to hold back the tears.
Eva おばさんはクアドリアンに逃れて爆発事故を免れました。
And Eva avoided the explosion accident by escaping to
お
Kuodorian.
兄ちゃん、
How did you escape the accident, Oni-chan?
どうやってあの事故を免れたのです？
私はあの日
On that day,
地下道に置かれました
escaped through the underground passage.
それはクアドリアンに続く？
The one that goes to Kuodorian.
島の反対側の
It was so that the underground passage led to a hidden mansion on the opposite side of the island.
しかし私たちはクアドリアンではなく
However, the place we escaped to was a submarine base, not Kuodorian. I don't know under what circumstances my brother entered the underground passage on that day. At any rate, he went into the underground passage, split up with Aunt Eva there, and escaped to the submarine base. There, he escaped the explosion and survived.
そこから私はモーターボートで脱出し
From
ました
there, I got away on a motorboat.
ですが
However, it must have capsized somewhere along the way.
おそらく転覆してしまったのでしょう
おそらくと。
It must have?
申し訳ありません。
Please forgive him.
当夜は
Till it suffers from memory loss.
海で溺れた前後。
Sorry from around the time he was drowning in the ocean is hazy.
ひょっとしてしばらくの間彼は
Could it be that he forgot that he was Ushimi Ballad for a while?
忘れてその通りです。
That is correct. Yes, that explains nearly all the riddles. My brother escaped from the explosion, but either his boat capsized during his escape from the island or he fell overboard. Afterwards, he must have drifted somewhere, wandered about half conscious, and may have gotten into a traffic accident.
彼はあの日路上に倒れていました。
On that day, he was lying on the road.
彼女が私に気づくのがもう少し
Tell me even a little later, I probably wouldn't have opened my eyes again.
私は二度と目を覚まさなかったでしょう
跳ねたのは私ではないかと随分。
Like if you almost drowned with someone survived, then you get hit run over by a car. What a combination of shit. Jesus crime.
いやそれはもう謝り
Hey,
ました
I already apologized for that. This explains pretty much everything. Either because of the memory he nearly drowned, either because of the time he nearly drowned, because of the traffic accident, my brother's memory was damaged. His memory must have come back eventually. However, by the time I already set foot in my new life as Kotobuki, however, by that time, I already set foot into my new life as Kotobuki Yukari. Only a handful of people, including President Okonogi, knew where I was. We're giving him one last miracle, then sending a car his way. That does sound very much like Burn. That does very much sound like Burn. It took 12 years for his memory to come back. Not the most unbelievable part of this story so far, but let's see where it goes. Even if my brother tried to contact me, there's a very good chance I wouldn't be able to. Ironically, the name I had banned when I decided to live in the future. I liked my reunion with my brother for so long. In that sense, I was responsible. I did it to myself. However, I think I did receive the message that my brother sent me. It was through Ito Kukuro. Or that Ito Kukuro, the forger who claimed to have reached the truth, was actually Hachijo Toya. I mean, that's the impression I got too, Wise. You're not wrong. You're not alone there. And I did request a meeting with her through the publishing company, so to question her why she was so sure she reached the truth. However, I wasn't granted a meeting. In the end, I heard nothing from them. It's taken all these decades for me to meet Hachijo Toya. The publishing company only had passed my message on. We could have been reunited with so much sooner. However, at that time, I was just a Borghese girl who liked to throw money around. Why would they pass on my message when I just barged in with no introduction and demanded to meet the famous and popular Hachijo Toya? We had probably crossed paths several times. If just one of those had worked out, if we had been able to meet, just how much would my life have changed? But so was fate. God decided that a few decades was needed before this sibling reunion. And during this time, my brother became one half of a mystery novelist. I became a writer of adventure novels for children. You could say we achieved success in society. My brother and I were able to reunite after becoming successful. Now, I could do nothing but thank God for bringing about this miracle. And of course, Ikuko being a Hiki meant that battle never really went out. Ah yes, and also, he seems to have been wheelchair bound for the entire time. If he still has to be in a wheelchair, I'm assuming that Battler might be crippled. I'm assuming he might be crippled. Back then I was nameless, so I never got through to you. And now, because we both become famous as authors. I think all this was God's will. Carrie, if this man has inherited the looks of fucking Ushiromio Kinzo, he has inherited the ability to keep on walking even when he should really be fucking dead. Oh, we did hear through the publishing company at the time that you wanted to have an interview with us. I told us a fan that had discovered Ito Kuro's trying anyone to talk and they asked for us for a decision. Notice that dozens of fans signed for an interview. Couldn't possibly go meeting them all. No. Hey, let's know your name was Ushima Angie. At that time, I thought, I realized that Toya's true name was Ushima Baller, so I should be given a chance to meet with him.
私が断ったんです。
Battler what? I refused. Those were my brother's words.
今なんと
What did you say?
私があなたに会いたくないと
I refused. I didn't want to meet you. Once more, my brother spoke clearly. I was completely confused. I could only sit there in shock and silence, waiting for the words that were sure to follow.
トーヤは記憶障害だったとは
I believe I mentioned that Toya suffered memory loss.
それがある日
And then one day,
どうして私だって分かってて
why did you refuse? Why did you refuse when you knew it was me? I cut through Ikoko's words and questioned him directly. What reason could my brother have for rejecting me? I couldn't think of any. I'm pleasantly feeling up long forgotten feelings of anger inside of me.
一人ぼっちの妹が孤独に押しつぶされそうになりながら生きているのをあなたは
You must have known that your little sister was living alone, being crushed by loneliness.
なのにどうして
Why did you refuse to allow me to see you?
あなたの元へ訪れるのを拒まれたのですか
My brother hung his head. It seemed more like he was lost for words than apologetic. I don't have a sense that he ever felt any compunction about his actions. I questioned him again in an even louder voice. When asked for an appointment with Hachijo Toya, Ito Kukuro was already as famous as a forger. Why did Ito Kukuro's forgeries reach the truth? It's obvious. My brother Ushomiya Ballard explained to her what happened on the island in detail. So the appearance of Ito Kukuro proves that my brother's memory had returned. Therefore, he can't excuse himself by saying that he didn't remember me. In fact, no. He's not even trying to make an excuse. Contrary, he's only saying that he refused to meet me, even though he knew who I was. Looking back, I regret what I did.
後悔って
You regret it?
私の気
Do you
持ち
even
を
think about how I
考えたことは
felt?
あるんですかこの数十年間
For
人生の
decades.
ほとんどを
For most of my life,
どんな気持ちで
do you realize what feelings I had to live with?
なんか
Various emotions swirled inside of me. I realized I wasn't in control of them anymore. I only moaned to prevent myself from saying something I'd regret.
あなたにひどいことをしたと
I'm deeply ashamed for doing something so cruel to you.
ですから
That's why I've been searching for you ever since
ずっ
then.
と探していましたあなたにとっても
For your sake and for mine, I
私にとって
should have met you much earlier.
ならなぜ
Then why?
あの時
Why would you meet me then?
寿先生
Miss Kotobuki,
先ほど
as I said before, his memory has been damaged.
彼は記憶障害を持っています事故の後遺症です
It was an after effect of the incident.
それでも記憶
But
は
his memory came back, didn't it?
ええ記憶は戻りました
Yes, his memory came back.
ただそれでも
However, that never
後遺
removed the
症は
after effects of the damage.
私は後ろ宮バトラの記憶を持ってい
I
ま
have Ushomiya Bao's memories.
すですが
However, I can't think of those.
それが自分のことと思えな
I
い
can't accept those as my own.
受け入れられないのです
自分のことと
Can't
思えない
think of those as your own.
はい
Yes.
確かに私は
True that my memory of my escape from the island is so
前
hazy.
後のことは今でも記憶があやふや
The
です
Ballard did die with Sayo in the ocean, huh? Yeah, oh fuck. it's not merely amnesia, it's dissociative identities. It's essentially he's developed a DID via this. Yeah, it's legitimate brain damage. He's like, oh, Jesus Christ, no wonder he never came back. Oh, fuck. Oh, that is sad as shit. Like, he doesn't... That's probably the worst part. Angie broke down crying because it's her brother she's finally seen. Well, for Balor or Toya here, it's kind of like someone who's somewhat of a stranger is breaking down in tears and calling you by another name. Like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit, Jesus Christ. I don't like this. Oh, God. Why? However, I have remembered almost everything. Things like how those pink hair ornaments of yours that you treasure so much were something I won for you at the game corner of that amusement park. Yeah, that's right. They're a treasure from when I was a child. I still keep them with me in my handbag. I remember a lot more besides that. I remember you giving Mother trouble because you hate eating seaweed. Remember when you tried to move it to my plate and trick her? And when... If you remember that much, why can't you think of those memories as your own? That is the condition I live with. Been to several hospitals, but it didn't do me any good. You probably can't understand. Can't know how painful it is to have your mind suddenly filled with the memories of a man you don't know. It was a terrifying feeling losing his own identity. The memories of a stranger filled his head and they threatened to crush and overwhelm him. They were most certainly his own lost memories. However, his brain couldn't accept them. Those were painful and terrifying days. But my mind was being invaded. Also, now you're just thinking of episode 6 when Balor was stuck in a logic error? Was that just Toya writing about his own experience? Any given night, after I turned off the lights and went to sleep, maybe I would never wake up again. Maybe a different man would wake up the following morning and start living life in my body. Can't count the nights that I spent tormented by this fear. He tried several times to convince himself that they were his real memories. He told himself that it was Ushimi Balor over and over again. But nothing worked. I am me, Hachido Toya.
どれほど後ろ宮バトラ
Or how much Ushiromiya Balor's memory flow into my mind.
それは私には他人の記憶なんです。
Me, they're the memories of another person.
私には
I couldn't accept Ushiromiya Balor.
受け入れることは
As Ushiromiya Balor said this, he has his head as his eyes turned red.
彼はある日自分と受け入れられ
And one day, out of the anguish being torn between himself and the other self, he couldn't accept in a fit. Oh. Oh.
運よく一命を取り留めましたが、その時の怪我から車椅子で生活せざるを
Oh
得ない。
no. Yep, that's once the realization hits. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh. He might have tried to, yeah, he might have tried to not exist anymore. How terrible. Now I see why I appeared in that wheelchair. And now I know why he refused to meet with me. He's afraid of me calling him Big Brother. Whatever I mean, he feared that the part of himself that wasn't him would grow still further in his mind.
それでも彼は戦ったのです。
Even so, he fought.
自分の中に
He felt that since Ushiromiya Balor was inside him, it was his responsibility to meet
あなたに会う
him.
のがその義務ではないか。そう思い、彼は何度も
Saying that, he kept on fighting in the space between his two selves. Then in a fit, he... After something like that, it was only natural that Ikuko would tell him they didn't need to remember Ushiromiya Balor anymore. God, it's even worse. Imagine him thinking meeting Angie would just wipe his own mind out. No wonder he refused. Man lived 12 years of his life as another guy and then started to remember other stuff. And once he remembered, it was he had 12 years of life as someone else. That shit doesn't get just overridden like nothing else. Bit by bit, he tried to forget that he was Ushiromiya Balor. Doctor's instructions and medication. With that, Ikuko's diligent care, he slowly began to regain his peace of mind.
それでも
Even so,
私は
I
いつかあなたに会わなければならないと思っていました。
thought that I would have to meet you sooner or later.
正直なところ
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last
私
night.
は昨夜一睡もできませんでした。あなたに会うことが
I was terrified of meeting you.
あなたと会うことで私は死ぬのではないか。
If I met you, would I die?
そう
I was afraid that I would.
です。しかし私は今ここにいてあなたとこうして
However, here I am, talking to you normally.
しています。だから後悔しているのです。
So I regret what I did.
もっと早く
Only I could have met with you earlier.
私はあなたに会っておけば
You,
あなたも
you and the Ushiromiya Balor inside me,
私の中の後ろに
I'd have had to suffer all those years.
こんなにも長い年月苦
I just think that makes me feel so sorry. The man who was once Ushimi Balor said this, he broke down crying. I was already beginning to understand. It really was true. Ushimi Balor did die that day. After all, didn't the witches say that he was dead so often with the red truth? How pathetic for the witch of the future, witch of resurrection, sure that everyone will be together always.
トウヤさん、
Toya-san,
どうかお顔を
please
上げてください。
raise your head. Miss Kotobuki. You never really give up the fantasy angle, just leave it simmering in the background. I mean, I do too. I think the fantasy stuff is all actually like... At this point, I'm hard on the fact that the fantasy stuff is real. It's not real in this reality, per se. If this, like, no magic ever happens in this part of the reality, but, yeah, I think it's partially metaphorical, but I think that's partially because it's influenced by this reality. By calling this man by that name, I myself felt the agitation in my heart subside a little.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
ずいぶん苦しまれたので
You
す
must have suffered a lot as well.
本当にありがとう、トウヤ先生。
Thanks so much, Mr. Toya. Thank you,
兄さん、
Nisan.
今日は
Thanks for pushing yourself so hard to come here today.
ありがとう。
Holding hands, brought our foreheads close and cried together for a while. Then we talked of the old days. I remember many things vividly, even things I couldn't remember myself. Each time they made me cry even harder, and he hung his head apologetically. Once I realized my tears were hurting him, I just did my best to let him speak, not along with a strange look on my face. Something between a sob and a smile. He can somewhat explain how Balor got to the main island of Sayo dragged him there. No, it's copium, but you could say it's your truth. Yours and... Yeah, I mean... How ironic that I kind of want that to be true, just because I want these people to have at least something resembling a happy ending. Even if he isn't Ushirimiya Balor, my Oni-chan came back to me. Welcome home, Oni-chan. It already gotten dark outside. Even though I'd come from far away, he was willing to stay as late as this. We left the store. It's probably best if I don't meet with Mr. Toya again. Will cause him pain, and of course, I'll find myself bound to the past again. Even so, just one more time. There's one place I felt I had to show him.
Toya sensei.
Mr. Toya, you mind meeting with me just one last time? There's one place I feel I need to show you. Sure, I don't mind. In my handbag, I pulled an invitation which had been printed on a sheet of A4 paper and folded in 4. The pair of them unfolded it. My. Yeah, this looks like a splendid event. I'm thinking it. You've been involved in a lot of things besides novels, haven't you? Another day, would you lend me your time just one more time? That way, I think both me and my brother will be satisfied. I think it might be a chance to free yourself from the weight of my brother's memory, Mr. Toya. I don't believe we have any plans for them. As long as we can get the afterword for the book finished ahead of time. Okay, Miss Kotobuki. We'd be happy to join you. Thank you, Mr. Toya. Ikoko does not do anything but sit in her room all day and writing books. The cold October night was a reminder that winter was approaching. I mean, there is the fact that Ikoko hasn't aged physically in several decades that have passed. Yeah, I mean, she's probably a witch. She's probably a witch. Probably. Definitely. I have no problems with her being feathering, honestly. The cold October night was a reminder that winter was approaching. Angie, first off, I'd laugh my ass off. Angie would just like pose fucking Ikoko to the side and just like, feathering, what the fuck? And she's like, oh shit, you remember? Oh shit, you remember all of that? Yes, I haven't forgotten. I thought you were. I was starting to think that you weren't real. Oh no, I'm very much real. Now please let me have a good time with your brother. Are you fucking my brother, Featherine? No, I'm really sad about that. The two people who call themselves Hachijo Toya visit the city once again by Angie's invitation. A car stopped in front of a large building. Iko unfolded the wheelchair with a practiced hand, landed shoulder to Toya as he got out of the passenger seat and helped him into the chair. Ikiko, I don't know how to tell you this, Angie. What I'm trying to say is that Feathering was trying to make her own brooding, tragic writer boyfriend. Does everyone just want a tragic boyfriend? Is that everyone's go here? I feel like that's just everyone's go in one way or another. It looks splendid.
福音の家。
Gospel House.
来るのは初めて
My first time coming here. But I know it well. Holy shit, it's the Gospel House. My god.
後ろ宮家が援助していた子供のための
I believe it's institution for children that was funded by the Ushimiya family. Was episode 8 just tell you if it's fighting a cat? Oh god, the fucking factory. God, I remember that theory. I'm fucking so embarrassed. It's immortalized in the video now too. Oh. It all ends here, and we thought it was a little demon house for some time. I mean, it was understandable for a while. Come on, right? Right, please.
Ikuko sensei, Toya sensei.
Madame Ikiko? Mr. Toya.
本日は
Allow us to welcome you to the Gospel House.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。
You're welcomed by Angie and some staff members. It's ironic that the factory theory wasn't as terrible as the actual truth. Ah, yes, the truth where I was like, I'd rather pretend that's not going to be the case right now. So tell ya, what was with the message behind the forgeries? I just really hated that cat. Oh, why do you still have her then? I don't. I gave her to a new person. And she's still coming back now. A welfare institution for unfortunate children had lost their parents. This institution was once dependent on the support it received from Ushiromiya Kinzo. However, that support had been interrupted, and the Gospel House had been forced to shut down for a time. Decades had passed. And now the institution had been revived. Revived by the hands of Kotobuki Yukari.
寿先生
It's a pleasure to see you again, Miss
で
Kotobuki.
すね本日はお招きに預かりました
Thank you for your invitation.
これ私たちからです
This is from the two of us.
わずかですが施設の子供たちに
It's not much, but I hope the children enjoy it.
決してそのようなつもりは
That was never the intention behind inviting you here.
本当に申し訳ございません。
I feel terrible for accepting this.
どうかお気になされず
Please don't let it concern you. We thought the Gospel House made Beatrice's, and here, the last Beatrice made the new Gospel House. Oh, I don't know what to call that. I don't know if I can call it poetic, but okay. Thanks for that, Dark Bit.
未来の物語を
The tales of the future are always woven by children.
彼らがいなければ
After all, without them, the tale of humans would not continue.
物語は続かないのですから
子供は宝です
Children are treasures.
ですから
So please,
どうか
let this be useful.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
寄付金の用紙がありま
We
す
have a form for donations,
ご
so
面倒で
if there's too much trouble.
記入を
Oh, you just realized something. Ballard never closed the door. Okay. The only two people who survived the accident. Oh, I see now. The Gospel House has been drastically remodeled in recent years. And upset children will one day be able to remember this as a fun place. Angie used her own money to massively remodel it into a beautiful establishment. And now she accumulated a lot of wealth as a novelist. But even without that, she had been saving the tens of millions of yen she got from the Mushima Group each year under the name of living expenses. This money had been generously used to help children. When they came to the entrance hall, a cheerful scene was spread before them. It's Christmassy. How... Okay, I'm feeling weirded the fuck out. How appropriate. Pictures and crafts created by the children. Every corner was filled with things on display. Contrast between this elegant building and the school atmosphere was amusing. The yells and laughter of kids running around drifted in from the distance.
悲しみにうつむいて
Imagine that many children first come here hanging their heads in sorrow.
それが
To think they would be here laughing like that.
ようになるのですから
Really have done something great.
あなたは本当に立派だ
人は誰だって未来を
All people can use magic to create their future and find a fragment of happiness.
見つける魔法が使えるんです。ここはそういう魔法を教える
This is which is cool for teaching that magic.
作太郎の大冒険に出てきた魔女の寄宿舎のことです、
The
ね、
witch's dormitory from Sagataro's Great Adventure.
あら恥ずかしい。
Oh, how embarrassing.
東谷先生も
So, you've read it too.
見られていたのですか。
先日のご縁以来、早々に
He read straight through it. We read straight through it after our last meeting.
寿先生の文才のみならず、その温かなお心には本当に頭が下がり
I
ま
was
す。
really bowing my head not only to your talent as a writer, but to your warm hearts.
お恥ずかしい。
How embarrassing.
どうぞ。
Uh,
そこの
this
机
way.
です。
Straight to the end. It creates Beatrice's, the good kind. My goodness. Pushing Toya's wheelchair, we advanced through the corridor and reached the great doors at the end. The happy voices of children came from the other side. Apparently, this is where tonight's party was being held. There were several jack-o'-lanterns cut out of origami. Tonight was the Gospel House's Halloween party. Oh, it's Halloween, not Christmas. Sorry, I see stars and I think Christmas. My mistake. Here you go, Mr. Toya.
なるほど
I see, so it's trick or
トリ
treat.
ックオアトリートというわけですね
He was handed a bag filled with candy. A teacher warned him in a small voice. Watch out for rampaging children.
子供か
Children.
もう何年も
I haven't had anything to do with them for years.
どうか子供たちに夢を語ってあげてください。
Please tell the children stories of dreams.
みんな。
We all welcome
お客
guests
様を
here.
歓迎しますよ。
これは困った
That's tricky.
何を語って
What should I tell them?
原稿の持ち込みは
When you're handing in your manuscript, choose your posting company wisely.
読者アンケートなの
Don't pay any attention to reader posts.
それでは開けますよ。
Then I'll open the door.
子供たちが
The children are
待って
waiting.
ますよ。
Angie opened the large double doors. This place. The side of the hall, Toy opened his mouth in wide-eyed shock. This was the great hall of the Ushomiya mansion. No, that would be impossible. You were clearly in the Gospel House. This hall was an exact look-alike of the one in the Rokujima mansion.
素敵なホールですね。
What a splendid hall!
これは
This
六軒島の
is a replica of the hall in the Ushiro mansion on Rokujima. Yes,
私の記
I
憶
reduced as well as my memory could let
再
me.
現しました細部が間違ってい
The
るかもしれませ
Tildos
ん
might be wrong, though.
いや
No,
これは本当に
this really is the hall of the Ushomiya family mansion. On that day. And then Toya's eyes fixed on something at the other end of the room. It was a portrait. A portrait of Rokujima's other master.
記憶のものに
It's exactly the same as my memories.
後宮金蔵が
The artist hired by Ushima Kinzo to paint the portrait had a photo.
写真を持っていました それをもと
I had him draw it again based on
書
that.
き起こさせました。
I was simply frozen in shock. The long, large table was filled with Halloween party food and was around with children stuffing themselves. The teacher said, "Everyone, we have guests." The children all looked at us at once, then stood up and ran forward. Their broad smiles as they arrived with this long-awaited guest wrapped me up. The smiles and eyes of the children welcomed me. Yeah, I know all of your faces.
O kaeri nasai mase.
遅いではないか。お待ちしておりました。
おかえりバトラー。おかえりなさい。
元気そうだ
バトラ君。
おう、元気そうやな。
おかえりなさい。ウリュウおかえりバトラー。みんな待ってたわよ。
おお、バトラさん。
ようやく主賓の到着ね。
おかえりなさいませ。
お帰りなさいませ。
バトラ卿。
おかえりなさいませバトラ様。おかえりなさい。
よ、遅いぞバトラ。
待たせすぎよ。待っていましたバトラ君。
やっと来たか。
待っていました。おかえりなさいませバトラ卿。バトラ卿に敬礼。来たわね。
おめでとうございます。
お兄ちゃんおかえり。
待ちくたびれたぞバト
すまねえ。来るのが遅れちまっ
ラ。そなたなぜ車椅子など座っておるのか。ほら手を貸してやるからちゃんとせい。
Beto stepped forward and held a hand to Ballard as he sat in the wheelchair.
た。俺は
聞け。ここにようやく我らは全員が集ったぞ。
Listen, all of us are finally gathered here. Tonight the Golden Light will be resurrected in this place! An explosive applause greeted Battler. Everyone was there. Everyone! Then Beetle hugged Battler, strong, tightly, as though she would never let him go.
本当に
I'm so glad you came home.
帰ってきたぜ。
I'm home.
遅くなったな。
Sorry it took so long.
もう
I won't let go again.
あ
Yeah,
あ、俺ももう離さ
I'm
ない。
not letting go either.
俺たちは
We'll be together for all of eternity. Oh, fuck. Oh, I was trying to keep it in so much there. I didn't want to interrupt the audio. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I haven't loved a story this much in forever. Oh my god. Oh, it has its problems, but fuck if it doesn't hit hard at the end, at least. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, if fucking voicing all these characters for this long, it's fucking... Oh, it's done something to my heart. It's done something to my heart. I don't even know how to put that into words. Oh. Oh, fuck. During those scenes when Angie and Ballard were crying, I was crying too, and I just having to switch back, it just... The story isn't perfect, but goddamn does it get close. I hope I can one day read another story that moves me just as much as this. I dedicate this tale to my beloved witch, Beatrice. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna forget that story anytime soon. I don't think I'm gonna forget that story anytime soon. I know there's another chapter of side content, and like there's the other stuff. There's the Umineko Fantasia too, and like all that. Like I'm just, oh my god. I don't even. I want to do a video on the answer, like, and I'm just fucking lost on what I'm even gonna do. Like I don't know, like developers. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for another video, but I want to make another one. And I have no idea what I'll do because, oh god, hitting this hard. I need to read the manga now. Oh god, I need to go fucking destroy my heart again by reading the manga. Oh fuck. I'm gonna go through this again. Oh god. I'm curious about a couple things. I'm just gonna keep my hope at something a lot simpler. In the end, everyone got a happy ending. And Gifford glasses are not amazing. Change? I I can put her in a pirate hat. Yes, I need that again, please. I wonder if anything changed here? Nah, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, it looks like it's all static. Oh, hey, I can watch the Saku opening now. Oh, cool. I mean, I have stuff to read here. Take this shit out. You know, there is one thing I'm curious about before we... I might head off early because, fuck, I am not emotionally stable currently. You fucking give me... You mention the word witches and I'm probably gonna cry my ass off. Oh shit, we're up. Long time no see, traveler. You're pleased to congratulate and completing the second half of Umineko no Naku Koro ni, Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. This is a long journey for all of us, and for the project. For some, it was even their first chance to delve into the world of Umineko, and our desire was to make it possible to enjoy the game to the fullest. Saying goodbye is not an easy thing, especially after so long. Every story eventually meets its end, and we now reach a point where it's only a matter of time before those words lead us to the last page of the epilogue. Starting with excuses is boring. We all say sorry for releasing another omake after promising in Rondo not to indulge in that anymore. And also, Red Truth, we did not miss our eternal deadlines by more than he not telling. Once the story is available to the public, it becomes simply unimportant how long the process took. Umineko is a story with a surprisingly deep attention to detail. This is true across all the dimensions of the work, whether textual, visual, or auditory. For example, it's likely that everyone remembers Erica's duct tape. To seal the room, it had a notable inscription with two names, E. Feruda and Frederica Berncastel. This one is easy to spot, but several others might be less noticeable. Oh yeah, I saw this is actual text. Without a doubt, Cheshire troops are a bold addition to the game style. All that military outfit, orchestra instruments, English flag bandages. You check their firing system backlog, you even notice some Greek letters. This, however, is not Greek, but rather a different language written using the Greek alphabet. In the original, it is Japanese converted Romanji. In our port, it is English. Incidentally, the TV series used Russian text for their own reasons. Have you ever tried to read the blurry text below the act titles in Episode 7 play? Older readers of the PC original will probably remember that it contains some key moments from each part. This is not the case in the PlayStation release, as the text there contains phrases written in Romanji. Umineko no Naku Koro ni Teru. Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru. Higurashi no Naku Koro ni mo Arudo. We have Higurashi no Naku Koro ni as well. Umineko Mitsuri ka Fantaji. Is Umineko a mystery or fantasy? It's your turn to decipher the rest. Please don't hate me. Learning a game is a straightforward process. Observe the original, recreate what you see, do not mess up. That's how we expect it to work. In the end, we had to translate, adapt to a different platform, be ready for limitations, and all kinds of issues. Now she had to make tough decisions on what to include or not. Do you want trophies? Should lips sync with the speaker? How are log navigation supposed to work? How can we control the game from a touchscreen? That's what we ask each other all the time, and our goal to provide the closest experience possible to the original came along with the little ways of improvement we could find. It's not to repeat this again, but we continue to fight with the enemy during the whole development process. This enemy caught censorship cut several lines, references, and story parts. Where narration permitted, we recovered original dialogue. Original recordings exist on the disc, we cataloged them and put them back in. Sometimes we added grimoire entries. We're not proud of the quality of our audio work, but in the end we mostly restored the originals of Kenzo's Child in episode 7, and we also restored Balor's Disappointment at the end of episode 2. Wait, are you saying fucking Balor's ass was censored at the end of episode 2 originally? Oh shit. Also, they censored the fucking origins of Beatrice's... Really? Really? They did that? What the fuck? That's so important. When you pay full attention to scenes, you always notice something. It was not enough to discover that literally all of the game research so far did not include a fair amount of curses Brinkisel gives to Erica after a failure. The part where she calls her comical and pathetic was put in the manga, but for some reason wasn't enabled in the games. Fortunately, the speech was recorded. We try to remember, there were several moments where fate was pretty unfortunate to our characters, Erica in particular. Imagine everyone talking about shutters when someone forgot to draw them. Consider a sequence of colorful effects at the moment of triumph when somebody forgot to port half of them. We really hope that we spot all the places where Beatrice's portraits in the wrong epoch or clock with mature numbers. Some testers should certainly get extra points for their attention. Sometimes it was even funny. We spent a week to make it possible to walk in the mansion. That's when we realized that both backgrounds are not connected or have contradicting elements. Remember episode 6, Dawn of the Golden Witch? If you're on the mood, try to find the truth in 10 seconds. A. Canon was alive when the game was suspended. B. Canon died in the first Twilight. C. Canon died in the second Twilight. Gut says C. The right answer is C. Canon died in the second Twilight. Oh shit, my gut was right. Yeah, if you check the ending store on PlayStation, you'll see that he's believed to die in the first Twilight. At least they killed him. Now with the joint release being announced for the next generation game console, we hope for two things. That at least some of the problems get fixed. That new team can use their work with the released content. That was me, but we always believed in fantasy. In fact, their release plan must have been a long story. Almost all researchers in Rondo were Osprey and Shiru, and from the script it was obvious that a single copy of the game was intended to include all 8 episodes at a certain point. They didn't rework and try to roll for episode 1 despite being unable to include it. All of that was really helpful and wish them luck in all future endeavors. We were first to capture the flag, however. And other sentiments. It really is the end. Thank you for all your support, for the reports, and for your patience. Soon we'll join our families to celebrate the winter holidays. Soon this project will become our past. Hope you liked it. Bye. Oh. I respect the fucking people who made this, who did this so much. I can't even put into words how much I respect them. Like, holy shit. Like, God, the team who did this. I wasn't I wasn't part of the wait for it, but oh yeah, no, oh massive, yeah, no, this is incredible work. A true passion and dedication. Yeah, no, this is incredibly well done. Like, can you imagine playing this? Can you imagine playing the fucking Steam version instead of this? Can you imagine the lack of voice acting for everything? Like, can you? Can you? Oh, it'd be such a downgrade. Pachinko sprites. Oh, that's what you played, Sane? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Zane, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Oh, God. Are we missing any? Ooh. So apparently we have all the pictures now. Go on, Darkbit. You cracked the wiki to see if Lambda got into the top of the last carrot bowl? Yeah. Oh! Oh, this is the final image. It's everyone. They're even stepping out of the portrait in this one. Wait, wait, hold on, isn't that... Oh my God, the fucking thumbnail has been a spoiler this whole time. Oh, you're fucking with me. God damn. Aw, sad Angie. It's not really a spoiler. It isn't very much a spoiler, but I do find that funny. Also, oh, that's a cute art. That's cute. Leon is short. Her hair's down. Oh yeah, no, this is cute. Oh, this is adorable. I love it. Like, oh. We'll probably have our tea party. We'll probably have a tea party for ourselves and discussing the game and the story on, like, I will admit, we're probably gonna have a tea party on Saturday night. And because I do want to, like, discuss the story of the game. I want to give my thoughts on a lot of the characters and everything. Like, there's a lot I want to talk about, you know? Last character poll for Umineko when episode 8 was released was Beto was number 1, 2 is Balor, and 3 is Lambda. Lambda gets what she deserves, which is fucking amazingness. No, I shouldn't go into it now. I'll go it, like, there's so much to talk about. There is so much to talk about, and I need some time. I need some time to let things sit. Also, the tips page doesn't fucking go away. I don't know why the tips page isn't going away, but I can't get the tips to go away. For some reason, the tips are broken. I found a bug. The tips are saying, fuck you. You can't ever get rid of them, apparently. Okay. Thanks for the stream. I'm happy everyone came here. I'm so happy. Thank you all for coming to today's live stream. We'll be having a discussion, a final tea party for ourselves about Umineko and its story. And number 5 is Erika Ferrudo. That's fucking incredible. We'll have a tea party for ourselves about the story of Umineko and discussing it for Saturday night. And at that same time, we'll discuss what might end up replacing these streams. And when. I don't know when. We do love to hate her. Erika is a wonderful antagonist, and I was truly horrified when Angie became her in the bad ending. Scariest shit I've seen all game. Anyway. I'll see you guys for the tea party on Saturday. I hope you can attend some Limbus Company streams tomorrow and the day after. I'm not even, like, if you like Umineko, leave a like. If you want to comment about Umineko, leave a comment. This shit was great. Thank you all again. And until next time, I'm gonna get up close. I'm gonna get quiet. And I'm gonna say goodbye.